My name is Carrick Hasketh-Brown and I'm here at the Leicester Comedy Festival for the Gala preview show. Today we're going to be interviewing a few different guests, but firstly I am interviewing Marcel Lucont. Is that an acceptable pronunciation?
Try again.
Try again. Marcel Lucont.
Yeah, try again, but differently.
Differently.
Yeah, when I say try again, try it a different way than the way you did it before.
I do apologise.
No, let's not bother. I'll do it myself.
Okay. Yeah, go on. Teach me.
Marcel Lucont.
Lucont.
Okay,
Let's move on from that, shall
so.
we? So, obviously, Frenchman yourself. How has your career been so far, would you say?
No, it's fine. The career so far, bountiful.
Yes. Because you've been in shows such as Setlist, you've been on the Comedy Central, John Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is your favourite appearance that you've had?
Let's see. Truly, yeah, it's a lot. I've improved so many British TV shows. Favorite? I think for me actually Setlist.
Okay.
Because you don't know what is the Setlist was for those uneducated comedy viewers. Setlist is where you have to they flash up the words, the phrase on the screen, and you have to pass it off as your own set list. I like the jeopardy. I like the challenge of that.
So it's like, I get the impression that your character is like a lot of off the cuff, like making it up as you go along almost. Is that why you say you prefer that?
Yeah, I like to tread the fine line. Yeah, it's all a lot, moitié-moitié. What I do is, some of it is from the script, most of it I'm dealing with the situation. Reminds people they are watching live comedy.
Yes, that makes sense.
As opposed to dead comedy.
So, a question that I wasn't going to ask you until you walked in the room. Can you explain why you've got no shoes on?
No.
No.
Well, of course, yeah. The clue was in the question. When you walked into the room, we are indoors.
Okay, I'll rephrase it then.
Quite rude to wear shoes indoors, just say.
I mean, I've got shoes on. I'll take my shoes off if you'd like me to, though, if that's a bit more polite.
No, the damage is done.
Damage is done. I would just like to apologise to you right now. I don't want to offend you for keeping my shoes on. However, another question that I wanted to ask you about was the Cabaret Fantastique. Can you explain, by any chance, please, what that is and what it means to you?
Sure, I'll ignore once again the pronunciation.
Yeah,
but
my French isn't great.
No, we have established that. Cabaret Fantastique is my variety show. It's a show I have toured around the world. It's a little cult classic all over the planet, and I pick the greatest international performers from around the globe, and I allow them to perform on the same stage as me. As part of a spectacle, as part of a variety show.
Who would you say your favourite guest is that you've allowed on your show?
There was a show I did, the most memorable in recent times, my December show. I do a show every month. This is, I think, the second time I've done this show in Leicester. You are welcome. Usually it's a sold-out monthly show in a little cabaret den in Soho, London. Last month for the Christmas spectacle, it's in a little Art Deco basement, and I had an act with exploding tits. And both more explosive than any of us expected.
Okay.
In the venue, can I say tits?
Yeah, of course
sure.
You can,
okay,
of
the venue
you can.
shit themselves. There were, I think, because the venue is a little cabaret den, but there is also a bar next door, sizable restaurant, brasserie there as well. So they almost had to evacuate around about several thousand people just because of two exploding tits.
Oh,
but alas,
great.
The explosives were just about enough to not set off the alarm.
Ah, fantastic. Talking about tits, actually, I have a flashcard with a picture on here. Would you just mind explaining to me what that is?
That's me with 3 nude women. And I think you knew that.
Yeah, I mean, I did know that. That was a bit of a silly question, really, wasn't it? How did that come about?
How does it ever come about? I cannot charge for, well, I will have to charge for lessons, but so this was part of a photo shoot for the Cabaret, what was it? Cabaret versus Cancer, all nude charity calendar.
Okay.
And that was with a group called Cabaret Rouge.
I'm guessing you enjoyed that quite a lot then.
Well, it's difficult not to. There was, yeah, a lot of rougeness on display for that one. Yeah, I'm happy to do any charity work as long as it involves nude women.
I mean, if there's ever a reason to work for charity, then it's going to be that, isn't it?
Could not agree more.
How would you, obviously, we've talked about things you've done in the past, but how did you get into comedy initially? Like, what first brought you towards that?
For me, I was studying at, I was studying in college in Paris. I was studying philosophy, and I was at the Sorbonne in Paris. And the philosophy was, I enjoyed this part of it, but in the night time I needed something more. I started to put on the little shows. I started to put on my own little spectacle, which is where Cabaret Fantastique was born. And this led to me traveling all around the world, all around Europe, eventually to Britain, and I started doing the first stand-up shows. I like, coming to Paris, a lot of effort goes into the show, into the cabaret, the spectacle, how the aesthetic, how it all looks, Britain, I discovered they just put a microphone in the corner of a pub and you talk. Yes. And I think, well, if I can do that, I can definitely do that. Huh?
Perfect. Well, apart from comedy and wine, clearly, and Paris, or Paris, as you said, was that a little bit better, my French, that time? I'm guessing that's a no. What would you say, like, are other interests that you have?
Philosophy, photography, pornography. Is there more? There's probably more, but that's the first three that
just
come to mind.
Anything to do with nude women and
it all comes back to that eventually.
Yes.
That's how we came into the world, and that's how we should enjoy the world.
Well, I haven't really got any more questions. I don't think you've answered, and I've asked everything that I have down here. But
so an interview normally works.
Have you got any tour dates coming up that you're looking forward to?
I toured my best of show last year. I was not expecting to tour this year, but it may surprise you as much as it surprised me. I am touring a kids show.
A kids show?
This year I'm doing a game show for awful children. I'm doing it at Leicester again. You are welcome. I am taking this, I think it's about 30 tour dates this year. I put it on in Edinburgh, just why not, there's a lot of money in children. Many people are afflicted with children, and yes. I think I can at least try and alleviate that for them. And I put on the show in Edinburgh. Was, of course, a success, but even more than I believed. And the phone calls, they did not stop after Edinburgh. We want your show, please. We want to, because it's a show which entertains the adult as much as the children. The adults, they have to cough up the money. Oh, what will this be? Oh, I don't know. Talking car for 1 hour. We don't. Nobody knows what is the kids show. My kids show is I entertain everybody. My demographic has widened. I have extended my fan base with this, the future generation of Marcelites.
How long is that going to be? Is that just for one night, or is it multiple different showings?
It's not one night. We have to do it in a day. We have to do it in daylight hours. Apparently, they need their sleep.
At least you've still got the night to see nude women and wine, then, though. I guess.
Exactly. It works out okay. The night times, they are my own.
I was going to say, how are you going to cope doing a children's show and not getting any wine?
I will cope just fine.
Fantastic. Well, that is all we have time for with you, unfortunately. I know you're probably happy to leave at this point. However, I just want to say good luck for your children's shows whenever you do them. I hope you try more wine and see more nude women. But this has been Marcel Lucont.
Lucont. Lucont.
Lucont.
Lucont.
Lucont.
Lucont.
Lucont.
Send it there.
Send it there. Thank you very much.